Hello class, my name is Joanna Miller and this is our gentle class. Starting a gentle class, I always like to begin with some wonderful soft supports. So I have a blanket here that I'm going to sit upon. Take your time now to go find a cushion, a pillow, a blanket to sit on. Before we begin, I'll show what else we have. We'll be using a bolster today. You may have around your home pillows, cushions, or a couple of blankets that you can stack on top of each other. 2 blocks. You may have, again, more blankets that you can roll up and behave like a block. Maybe you want to grab some smaller pillows or books that you might have around the house. And then a strap. And of course, you probably have a tension belt or a robe belt that you could use in place of the yoga strap. That's what we'll be using today in our practice. So take your time to find those pieces before we begin. How nice it is to come together and practice in such a way that it is comforting and nourishing to both the body as well as the mind. Often in our yoga practice or in our PE classes, we might have a challenging practice to bring on a little bit of heat and a little bit of sweat. And that feels wonderful. And then there's times where it's wonderful and very nice to just relax and get nice and stretchy. Start to feel the body, get cozy in the body, and start to allow the body to go, ah, right? So hopefully you have your items by now, and we'll begin. Placing your palms on your knees as you sit on a cushion, pillow, or blanket. And just notice how the body feels right now as we sit in our space. So we might, wiggle a little bit, notice where there's any tightness or strain. Coming back to center. Allow the chin down to lower down towards the chest. So allow it to just tuck here a little bit, getting closer towards the chest. They give a stretching feeling. You shouldn't feel any pain. If you do, allow the chin to stay level. Take a big breath into the upper back, towards the back of your neck. On the exhale, just let it go through the mouth as we allow the chin to move over now towards the right shoulder. We'll allow the chin to tuck towards the ground as we invite a big breath into the left shoulder and towards that left neck. Our lungs move all the way up towards the shoulder, so it's nice to expand the breath there. Now we're just checking in right now. Let this chin on the exhale sweep across the chest. We'll sweep it all the way over towards the left shoulder as we again invite breath into the right shoulder. Exhale. All right, we'll come back to center. Allow the chin to sweep up level with the ground, and we'll just move through the shoulders here. So we allow the neck to be noticed. Maybe tightness was noticed in the back of the neck. Now we're just allowing the torso to roll like a wave led by the shoulders. Head follows. Coming back to center, we'll start to make circular actions with the torso. So palms on the knees for support. We're going to exhale the torso down and across the mat. Inhale up. You'll begin to notice that back low muscles. Exhale down and across. Inhale up and back. So as we do this, you'll begin to feel where we feel tight. Yeah. Let's move in the opposite direction. So we want to focus on those areas and begin to explore them with our breath, even if that means with our imagination, and then take care of them later on in class. Right? Coming back to our seat, noticing how we warm the low back. We'll inhale the fingertips up. Now we're getting nice and tall through the side body. We'll reach the right hand a little higher than the left, reaching it tall. And then exhale, the right elbow bends, the left hand reaches tall. We'll feel that stretch from the left side all the way down to the hip. And then take the right hand alongside the right hip as we continue that stretch all the way to the right with the left fingertips. Rotating the palm to face up, thumb towards the front. We'll notice how that might have changed through our left hip and waist. And then exhale. Feels so good to stretch the body. Inhaling the right fingertips up. Exhale over. So in this gentle practice, we're just finding the ease of our movement. Palm faces up, thumb forward. Elbows can be bent as much as you need to. If there's any strain on the neck or shoulders here. Exhale, hand down. Yeah. Now, let's just take the hands over to the right knee as we move on to our knees in table position. You'll see me from the side profile. I'm going to open up my blanket so that my knees have something cushy to rest on. I'm going to place my knees on the blanket and the wrists underneath my shoulders. And we'll move into some cat-cows, inhaling the hips up. Exhaling, we'll tuck the tailbone in as we round the back, pressing into the palms evenly. Inhale, back to cow position, lifting the tailbone up, belly drops, collarbone broadens. Exhale, round the spine. We'll take this moment and the advantage of this moment to look down at our fingertips in our cat position and allow the fingers to spread wide. Then we'll start to slowly lower down towards the hips into child's position. We'll stay here a moment with the arms outstretched, elbows up, inviting a big breath into the back body. Noticing where, once again, where you feel tight, and allowing the exhale to just allow that strain from the body to be released through the breath as we lower the elbows down. Now, taking the right hand alongside the right knee, all the way over to the right. Gripping with the left fingertips will send the left hip to the left. It's just a small micro movement, but just enough to feel the stretch coming from the left waist. Now add the breath here. The head can rest and relax as we invite a big breath into the left waist, through the left ribs. Quite a stretch. Now start to coming back to center in front of us as the forehead floats above the mat. And then take the left hand alongside the left knee. Hand all the way over to the left. Gripping with the right fingertips towards the left, we'll start to move. So see how I move my right hip towards the right. The head will start to lower down. The right ear's in line with the bicep. And we'll invite a big breath into the right ribs. Oh, that should feel so good. Coming back to center. I'm going to inhale and rise back to our cow position. Since we're going to be moving into thread the needle. Pressing gently into our left hand. I'm going to inhale in table position, the right fingertips all the way up towards the ceiling. Now I'm going to exhale, draw that right hand all the way through. And I'm going to bend the left elbow and start to lower the head and the right shoulder to the mat. Now in this space, we're going to take a big breath into the back ribs. One more breath here in our first twist. Exhale, come back to center. And as we come back to center, we're just going to forward fold into our child's position, but this time with a neck support. So stacking the fist, we're going to place the fist underneath the forehead, near the hairline. Allow the ribs to melt into the thighs, the elbows to widen on the mat, as we maybe even release some fingertips, letting the forehead gently lower. But we're keeping plenty of space between our nose and our mouth and the mat. Nice. Now from here, that should have felt really good. Placing the palms back on the mat in front of the shoulders. We'll inhale and rise up through cow position. Wrists are underneath the shoulders now. Exhale back to table. I want to face towards you again. From here, we're going to inhale the left fingertips up and then exhale. Allow that left shoulder to sweep
all the way down towards the mat, resting left side ahead. Imagine the breath moving in through the right ribs. And then pressing into the right hand. We'll inhale the left fingertips up towards the ceiling and exhale back down again. Yeah. Now from here, let's start to lower down towards our heels. So hips to heels, hands on the thighs. We'll start to make shoulder circles. So inhaling the shoulders forward and then up to the ears, exhaling back, behind, and down. Inhaling forward and up, exhaling back and down. Inhaling forward and up, exhaling back and down, yes. Now let's take our fingertips straight back behind us. If the ankles and feet feel too much weight, we can always allow ourselves to move forward on that blanket. So the toes are off, but the ankles are on the blanket. Once again, reaching back with the fingertips. We come into a back extension. So our fingertips are on the ground, behind our hips. We're gonna start to peel the shoulder blades closer together, hugging the spine. And we'll inhale as we take the shoulder blades down the back. We'll start to look up towards the ceiling. Big breath swirling in our upper chest. And then exhale. Coming back to our kneeling position, tucking the chin to chest. Once again, sweeping the chin all the way over towards the right shoulder. This time, as we do that, we'll pick up the right hand and allow the right palm to rest on the left side of head. No pressure, just a gentle placement. Exhale, release, chin sweeps across the chest towards the right. We'll pick up the left hand and allow the left palm just to softly rest on top of the right side head. Again, no pressure. And then slowly release. Nice. Placing the left palm back on the thigh. Let's open up here, lifting our hands off the thighs. Wrists in line with the shoulders, thumbs facing up, fingers spread wide. From here, a gentle back bend. We'll begin to open up as we send the chest tall, the fingertips back. Exhale, sweep the hands straight down towards the floor. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands down the midline. Nice. Coming back to table position. The left knee is now underneath the left hip. We're gonna send the right toe straight back. Oh, those right knees are asking for this right now after that kneeling position. So we'll press the right heel down towards the floor as we give that stretch to the quadricep muscles in the back half. Exhale. Let's round the back as we draw the right thigh to chest. And then start to make circular actions with the right knee. Nice and small as we flex the right ankle. Equal weight is in both hands. Just trying to open up and warm this right hip. And then from here, bigger, larger concentric circles. And then slowly we'll inhale and begin to open up that right hip by stacking the right hip on top of left, flexing up the right heel and opening the toes. Exhale, square the hips, plant the right foot between the hands. A little lunge, right hand to right knee, inhaling the left fingertips up, gaze up. Big circle with the left hand, sweep that left hand straight back. Inhale, both palms facing each other, fingertips towards the ceiling, a gentle back bend again. Gaze forward, chin level with the ground. Big circle with the hands straight back on the exhale, and then hands to the heart center. Now, let's find those blocks. We'll place the blocks underneath our shoulders, flanking the right foot. Now let's begin to walk them back. Walking the blocks back, the left knee stays on the blanket. We'll begin to slide that right heel through, lengthening the right leg. The right heel will stay where it is with the right leg extended. Toes will begin to open up and draw back towards the right hip. And then we'll inhale tall and exhale, begin to lower down. What a great stretch for these back right hamstrings. We'll invite a big breath into the back ribs as we sink and settle into this posture. And then start to walk the books or blocks forward. Setting that right knee underneath the hip and moving the books or blocks off the mat. We'll come back into our table position. From here, we'll set the left toes straight back, just like we did with the right side. Toes and ball mound of the foot are all on the mat as we send the heel down, giving a gentle pressure through both hands, if we like. You should feel a nice stretch to the calf. Exhale, rounding the spine. We'll draw the thigh to chest. And then inhale, and make circular actions with the left knee. Now start with nice and low and slow. We're trying to notice how the head of the femur bone feels rolling in the hip socket. And how the low back feels. Slowly we'll make larger concentric circles, if that feels okay. And then inhaling, if we're capable of this today, stacking that left hip on top of right, sending the left heel all the way over to the right and opening up the left toes as we square evenly through both hands and shoulders. Exhale. Draw the thigh into chest, hug it in. Plant the left foot between the hands, left hand to left knee. Inhale the right fingertips up, gaze up, big circle with the right hand, send the right hand all the way straight back and down. Now both hands lift. Palms facing each other, thumbs draw back, big breath into the upper chest. Pause here a moment in our gentle back bend. And then exhale, gaze forward, chin level with the ground, fingertips straight back, down to the ground, and then to the heart center. Locate those books or blocks once more. Gather them up. Making sure we don't put too much weight, especially if we have books, because the books will then wobble. Walking the books or blocks back. We'll slide the heel through. Noticing we have a nice extension of that left leg. Left hip is drawing back. Left toes are opening up and drawing towards the left hip. Lengthening through the spine, broadening through the collarbone. We'll exhale and begin to lower. Right away, we should start to feel that nice, gentle burn, sweetness of that stretch in the left hamstrings. It's that sweet burn that always feels so good when we get into a stretching position. And then from here, we begin to walk the blocks forward. Send the left knee under hip once more. And then moving the books or blocks off the mat. Hands back to the mat. Inhaling cow position. We're going to tuck our toes here. And then we're going to lift up into downward facing dog. So taking our time, pedaling out our legs. Now our back hamstrings already got a little bit of a pre-warm up, which will help us in our downward facing dog. But let's bicycle our legs anyway. Notice how the weight's predominantly in our hands when we do this. We're trying to shift that as we begin to send the hips straight back and allow the ears to be in line with the biceps. We'll send the heels down, carrying the weight predominantly in our hips and thighs and core and less in our palms. Inhaling the right heel up in a three-legged dog. Exhale, place the right foot between the hands. Let's open up into warrior one. Left heel down, inhale, rise up. Big circles with the hands, with the fingertips straight back, gazing forward, chin level with the ground. We'll interlace the fingertips. Right knee is stacked above the right ankle. As we press the left thigh back, we'll draw those interlaced fingertips down. Let's pause here a moment as we feel that beautiful expansion through the front chest. And then release the hands. Inhale, fingertips up, gaze up. Get nice and tall here, drawing the ribs away from the hips. And then exhale, hands down the midline. Nice. Hands back to mat as we pick up the left heel and place it underneath hip, coming in a forward fold. Knees stay bent as we allow the hands to find the elbows and we sway side to side. Let the head hang heavy here as the top of the head reaches towards the floor. And then slowly release. Let's let the right toes straight back. Placing them in a space that the right heel can easily find the ground. Left knee stacks. We're going to start to lift and engage the pelvic floor towards the navel as we engage both inner thighs and outer thighs. We can use the blocks as a support to lift from here. So now our palms are even higher. We're going to lift up, flat back. We're moving into warrior one. We're coming in a different creative way. Now, left hand picks up and presses the left hip back as we press into the left big toe, pressing into the right heel. Inhale, using the core muscles and the leg muscles, we'll lift ourselves up. Release the left palm to match the right, broadening through the back body. Here we are. And left side, warrior one. Now slowly draw the thumbs backward, lift the ribs tall, away from the hips as we gaze up. Sweep the hands straight back, gaze forward now to level with the ground, taking those fingertips straight back once more. Interlacing the fingertips, hugging the palms together. Now tuck the low ribs in. Top of the head is reaching up as the right thigh presses straight back. Release. Inhale the fingertips sweeping up, gaze up. And then drawing the hands down the midline. This time we're going to come right into standing position. As we press into the left foot, we're going to tap the right toes forward and take the heel under hip. Hands to heart center. So in our Tadasana, we want to feel and notice the heels under hips, toes facing forward. We'll notice the collarbone broadening, the shoulder blades moving down the back as we grip between all the toes, from big toes to pinky toes. Hugging the muscles onto the legs. We'll release the hands, inhaling, looking up, gazing up. And then exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Now, I'm going to bend the knees. I'm going to find those blocks once more. I'm going to step the right toes out, about 2 feet from the left foot. Gentle weight into the blocks. I'm going to bend the knees and step the left toes out, coming into a wide leg straddle forward fold. The left toes and the right toes are facing towards the left edge of mat. We're going to exhale and begin to hinge at the hips and lower the head in between the two blocks. Big breath into the back ribs as we press into the outside edges of both feet, engaging the inner arches. And then slowly from here, we'll begin to work the blocks over towards that right foot. So picking up the right toes, picking up the left toes. We're going to come into a right side runner's lunge. Tapping the left toes forward to take the heel down, pyramid pose. Right leg lengthens, work the blocks back to be stacked below the shoulders. Plugging into the right big toe, we'll exhale and lower. Lengthening through the spine and the side body. We'll continue pressing into the left outside heel and the left big toe. Filling up the back ribs with our breath. One more breath here, making sure we're nice and light with the palms on the books or blocks. And then exhale, release. Taking the left knee to mat, taking the right knee to mat. We'll come into child's position, releasing the toes. We'll start to send the hips back. Keeping the blocks closed because we're going to use them in just a moment. We'll start to lower down, again, using stacked fists if desired. Notice how the right leg softens
and compare it to the sensations of the left leg. And then from there, grab those blocks or books like I had mentioned before. We're going to allow the fingertips to be placed on top of the blocks. The short end of the block is facing towards you. We're going to allow our knuckles to hinge and the palms to be on that short end of the block that's facing you. Puppy pose. Starting to press the blocks away. We'll begin to lift the hips up. The hips sort of fall in between, halfway between the knees and the heels. As we continue to press the blocks away. And then working the palms to face and be planted right on top of those blocks will allow the ears to be in line with biceps. Allow a big breath into the back body. You sort of feel a warming sensation through the shoulders and around the shoulder blades. Maybe even through the biceps. And then exhale. Oh, let's start to take the hands down and come back into table position. Tucking toes, inhale. We'll lift the hips up and move back into our downward facing dog. Let's do one more wide leg shadow forward fold. As we lift the right heel up, exhale, we'll place the right foot between the hands. And right hand over left. We're gonna right back into our wide leg shadow forward fold. Now, left hand over right, coming back into right side runner's lunge. I'm gonna tap the left toes forward and come to forward fold. I'll let everything hang. Inhaling to flat back. Exhaling forward fold. Find those blocks or books once more. Our second pyramid. Left toe stays forward this time between the blocks. Tap the right toes straight back. Tapping the right toes forward enough to take that heel down. We'll lengthen the left leg long. Now, the ribs want to pull away from the hips. So the top of the head's reaching forward, and we'll begin to bend at the elbows on the exhale and lower. Once more, lightness. Palms on the blocks, very light. But the breath in the back body is full and deep. One more breath here. And then wonderful. Nice, bend that left knee. Send that right knee down and send the left knee down. From here, we'll come right back into our kneeling position. We'll put the books or blocks away. Pigeon pose. This wonderful bolster that has been here the whole time, we'll finally get to use. So place the bolster across the mat, giving about 2 to 3 feet space in front. We're gonna go sit on top of it. Once we're sitting on top of it, facing towards the front of the mat, we'll move that left foot out of the way to make space. So right foot's going to be placed on the left edge of mat, and the right knee is going to move down towards the mat and rest. Moving into our supported pigeon, we'll take the hands over to the right. This frees the left leg to sweep behind us, tucking the left toes. We'll walk the hands in front. With the left toes tucked, we'll gently place the left thigh onto the mat and release the left toes. Now from here, we're going to square the torso, broaden through the collarbone, square the hips, lengthen through the spine, and on the exhale, we're going to lower to the elbows. Inhaling, we'll find those palms and begin to press ourselves up. After that wonderful stretch, the right outside hip. Let's work the other side. Leaning onto that right side to give space for the left leg to move forward, or release the right foot and move it out of the way. Left foot towards the right edge of bolster, left knee lowers down towards the floor, left hands over to the left, picking up the right toes as we lean into the left hip, work the hands forward, and then begin to square the hips. The right toes tuck, we place that right thigh onto the bolster and then release them. Broaden through the collarbone. As we pull the ribs away from the hips, we'll begin to exhale and forward fold again. Making sure elbows are stacked below the shoulders and the back of the head is in line with tailbone. Try to avoid dropping the head completely. Now from here, we find the hands after giving plenty of time for both these outside hip flexors. Work the hands back and then over to the left, leaning into the left hip, sweep the right leg forward. Before you go anywhere, find that rope belt or strap. And then, using the hands for support, slide the hips right off the cushion, pillows, bolster, whatever you were using. Now we begin to lower down, making sure we have a blanket close by and handy for Shavasana. We're almost there. As we lower down, placing the back of the head onto the mat. Oh, this should feel really good just to allow the feet to lengthen forward to completely rest the legs right onto that bolster. But before we conclude this class, we're going to use the strap to give it a little bit more of a stretch. So let us draw the right thigh towards the chest, hugging it in. As we do so, roll the right toes. Then, placing the strap on the ball mount of the right foot, we'll begin to extend the right leg long. Lots of wonderful back leg stretches today. Allowing the right hand to reach all the way up to that strap, we'll place that left hand down. It will be needed right now. Inhaling the right fingertips up. Here we can always place the left foot to allow to release any tension of the back, if you're feeling that. If you're okay, you can keep the left leg there, but if you feel any tension, that left foot on the bolster or pillows will be helpful. Right toe straight back towards the head. A little bit of shaking action is always a wonderful thing. Invite a big breath down to the low belly. Be patient and give yourself time here. The heel should be lifting up towards the ceiling and the toes should be pointing down to pick up the calf muscle. And now let's release the left leg. If we had it on the bolster or the pillows, let's let it rest down. Change hands on the strap. Left hand grabs the strap now. Want to cross the right leg over towards the left, stacking it above the left hip. Let the right big toe rest on the floor. Now the right shoulder is going to want to come up off the floor. Try not to let that happen. Set that right shoulder back on the mat and anchor it there, even if that means we're moving the right foot down towards the front of mat. If it's more comfortable, we can always bend the left knee and place the left ankle and foot on that pillow. You should be feeling a wonderful stretch coming from your outside right hip flexors and into your derriere muscles. Now from here, release. Release the right foot altogether. Place the left foot onto that bolster, right ankle on top of the left knee, and we'll just pick up that left knee with both hands and gather it close. A deeper stretch, right? Right elbow presses the right thigh away as both hands draw the left thigh closer. Let's place that left foot back on the bolster. We can always let the left foot cross over the bolster as we cross the right leg over left, and then allow the right ear to rest and recline closer to the right shoulder. We're coming into a final twist here. Allow the breath to sweep through the body and release all the muscles from the ankles, the calves, the knees, the thighs to relax and recline into this posture. Let's try the other side. Unraveling that right leg and allowing the hips to move flush to the mat. We'll pick up the left knee, draw the thigh in your chest, hug it in, and allow the left toes to make a circular action. We'll find that strap, and then we'll place the strap around the ball mount of the left foot. Holding the left hand as close to the foot as we can, we'll let the right hand rest. And then begin to take the left toes towards the head. In time, we'll begin to send the left heel up, straightening the leg and the left toes down towards the floor. But of course, that's in time. And then from here, we'll begin to send that left toe all the way over towards the right, changing hands on the strap. If needed, in my situation, I need to bend the left knee because I have a wall right next to me. That's always perfectly fine. And again, we can rest the right ankle on the bolster or pillows. We're trying to stack the left hip on top of right, but the left shoulder stays glued to the ground. Moving into four square. Release the strap altogether. Place it off to the side. Shift the hips back, flush to the mat. Left ankle on top of right knee. Begin to gather the thigh towards the chest as the left elbow presses the left thigh away. You should feel a deeper stretch to the left outer hip flexors here. And then final twist. The right foot rests down, the left leg crosses over. Knees sweep to the right as the left ear hovers closer to the left shoulder. Eyes begin to close. Now preparing for Shavasana. We'll begin to unravel the left leg from the right. Releasing it, allowing the left leg and then the right to be folded over the bolster. Using that blanket that's close by, we'll begin to cover ourselves up. Place the blanket along the torso and the legs. Getting up if needed to help out. Even if it's just the feet. It's very nice to have the weight of a blanket and the warmth of a blanket in our Shavasana.
And allowing yourself to recline back down again. Palms facing up. We'll invite a long breath. We'll direct our awareness to reside with the breath. As the breath moves sweetly through the body, we'll feel how the breath swirls, where it goes, allowing our awareness to remain with the breath. Knowing that our gentle practice helps us to allow the body to find more ease, moving into the nooks and crannies of the body, releasing strain and stress. Allowing the body to move with the breath in a gentle and safe way. We feel the breath with every inhale, swirling in the body, allowing the body to ease a little bit more onto that mat below us. We invite the exhale to release and settle the body just a little bit more, allowing the unease of the body to drift away on the wings of our breath. We imagine the inhale coming, floating, swirling through the body, easing our thoughts. Our gentle practice, soothing our thoughts, allowing us to feel safe, allowing us to feel calm and quiet our body and thoughts deserve. We imagine our exhale sweeping thoughts of stress from our mind, our body, and releasing them on the wings of our breath. As we settle deeper and deeper. And then inviting a deeper breath. We'll invite that breath be long and full, soft and serene. We'll invite the awareness of that breath to move down to the fingertips with gentle motion.
the toe to the gentle motion. As we begin to awaken the body, inviting another inhale, we allow the arms to lengthen long above the head, feeling their gentle stretch, reaching away from the hips. Feel the toes working in a stretch away from the hips as well, feeling the long body in a gentle wave, working and rolling over that long body. From the fingertips down to the toes, before we release the whole body back down to the mat, softening, centering. From this space, we gather one thigh to the chest and then the next. We slowly hug the body in, embracing. And then from there, we allow the embrace to roll from hip to hip, feeling the spine, the back body, as they're massaged under our weight onto the floor and the mat below. Slowly we'll ease our body over to the side of our choice, allowing the eyes to stay closed to safeguard the senses. We'll use a supportive hand and slowly begin to make our way back to the seat. As we find our seat, notice how the body feels in this new space after our gentle practice. Scan the body to feel and notice if the strain of the body has slowly melted away. Invite a long and sweet breath in through the nose, scanning the breath, noticing its texture before exhaling, releasing it. Releasing any residual tension from the body and thoughts as well. From here, we'll gather the palms to the heart center. We'll feel the warmth, the familiarity of their touch. We'll invite another inhale through the nose. We'll feel it in the back of our ribs, the back body. And then we'll exhale through the mouth, a sigh. To find ease in the body and peace in our thoughts. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, stay well. Namaste.